Hey guys, I'm staying at a resort tonight. Well, last night I should say. We got here last night during a big rainstorm. It was kind of really raining really heavy last night. And they gave us a choice between two rooms here at the place. And one of them was $2,000. One was like $3,600, $3,500. And I got to tell you something that I wish I had taken the 2,000 room, because we got the room for $3,600. The refrigerator was broken, the AC was broken, the hot water was broken, and the TV was broken. None of them worked when we got in the room. And then they come in the room at 7:30 in the morning and they fix it when we're getting ready to leave in about a half an hour. So I guess they figure that's all fixed and it's still worth the $3,600. But I'm going to argue with them after, because it's kind of sickening that when you check into these places, they don't even have the room ready half the time. And this is pretty much the norm at a lot of these, they call them Filipino resorts, I guess. And if you stay at the higher end resorts, you get more for your money. But I can stay at Tenza Oasis, which is a nice place, sometimes when they have sales or deals there for $3,500. I never have problems like this, never, ever. And I just noticed that, you know, when you go to these lower places like this here, they always have issues. The places are run down, and this place here is not really run down, but the rooms that they put you in, man, they're garbage. The hot water heaters don't work, and I need hot water to get me going in the morning, because I run it down my back and my hip, and that usually gets my hip and my back up and running, and then I get started. But anyway, I want to show you out here, the beach out here. But this place is not one of the places I would recommend, not at all. I would go for the more higher end resorts. This place here was kind of not a nice place. I was not happy with the service. We told them, I guess, at 5:30 in the morning about the hot water. They didn't fix it till 7:30 when we were getting ready to leave or whatever, you know. But anyway, morning. And the people here are nice, but I just did not like the resort. And the beach here is kind of not the nicest beach in the world. There it is right here. And then we got in the background here, you can see everything. It's a pretty place here, you know, but it's not one of the best beaches. I've seen more beautiful beaches around here for sure. But I got to tell you that I would not come here again to this area. This is down near Subic. Subic has better places than this. This is just, I believe it's a little bit more north of Subic. And we come down here for a birthday party. And I enjoy the company that I have. I'm here with some really good people. But when you can look at this water here, it's beautiful. You know, it's really pretty. But when you check into these places, before you take the room, check the TV. Check the AC, make sure it's up and running. Make sure it doesn't short out and then shut off during the night and the breakers are working okay. You know, you got to check all this stuff. Make sure your refrigerator is working, your hot water, all that stuff. Your water is okay in the room, that it's not just dripping out of the faucet. These are problems that you have in some of these cheaper hotels here, some of these cheaper resorts. Look at their ratings online. Long time ago, we did this video about the scam resort. It was a place that was run by a bunch of squatters. It was horrible. They actually closed the whole beach down there because of that. I'm not sure if it was because of our video, but it seemed like within 3 or 4 days to a week after we did the video that they closed that down, because of the fact that they had no permits or licenses to run this resort. And the whole place was up and running. It was all run by squatters down there, which is quite interesting that they could do that, actually. And it was actually fascinating that they did that. But the place was, to say the least, it was a toilet. I mean, the toilets were all overflowing. You had to use a bucket to flush the toilet. You had to pump the water to fill the bucket to flush the toilet. So these are some of the places that they call resorts here. In some places, and I get that, you know, this is the Philippines, and they say it's more fun in the Philippines, and when people say that, it's kind of like a joke here. Even with the Filipinos, they say that as a joke, and understand that when somebody says it's more fun in the Philippines, they usually mean that it's not, you know. But that's part of life here in the Philippines. In fact, I think they want to change that now. They want to change the fact that it's more fun in the Philippines, because it has become a joke with everybody here. But you know, when you come here, just be careful, guys. Be careful that you don't get ripped off by some of these scam resorts. You know, when you go to check in, they show you one room, but they might try to shuffle you off to another room after that doesn't have everything in there running. That can happen too. And some of these places, the beaches are kind of dirty. This beach here is okay. It seems pretty clean. There's really no trash on it. The stuff that you're seeing in the background here, the white stuff and the sand, that's all coral actually. You can see it over here. It looks like trash, but it's coral. So that's all coral here. And you know, it is a pretty beach, but I've seen prettier down in Boracay, places like that. And make sure you get what you're looking for your money. Don't let these places take you for a ride. Make sure you tell them what you're looking for. If you see that the prices seem a little high, they probably are. They're probably trying to get, you know, giving you condo prices. You know, condo meaning American or Western prices. Tell them, say, look, I don't want to pay that amount. What can you give me for a deal? And if they say no, say, well, I'll go someplace else, see what they'll do. Sometimes they'll come down those prices. Sometimes they're just overpricing outright. And when you get into the room, you find out, like I did, 4 things are broken in the room. Anyway, guys, I want to put that out there today. It's kind of like my bitch session where I can complain and tell you what's going on here, you know, in the Philippines. And I always like to show both sides of the coin. And I know that sounds like negative to say that sometimes, but I mean, it is part of life in the Philippines, unfortunately, that you have to deal with the negative here. And sometimes it's more often than not, depending on where you're living. And, you know, some places in the Philippines, when you're out in the provinces, it's to be expected. You know, a lot of things are going to be run down, out of stock, broken, or what have you at some of these Filipino resorts. Get used to it. Get used to living in the Philippines, because it's kind of the way it is in a lot of places. And then in some places, it's really decent. Like, that's one thing I like about Tracy Martirez, is Tracy Martirez, when I go to a restaurant, most of the time they have the items, not always, but most of the time they have the items in the restaurant. It's in stock. There's no out of stock po. But if I go to other places, I'm getting so that I'm used to it. Also up in Manila, I noticed that most everything is usually in stock up there, because you're in the city and you can get everything there. But anyway, guys, it's starting to rain here. You can see people down here by the swings and everything. It's starting to rain here a little bit, so I'm gonna head back to my place here and deal with my broken TV, broken AC, and everything else. God bless, guys. Take care.